Tell me about your letter.
The day that I found out he wasn't getting renewed or his contract wasn't getting renewed, I just thought I'd get out some of my feelings on a paper, and I gave it to him the next day. It just said how much I would miss him, and hopefully, we were gonna see if we could do some stuff to get it, if we could get it back, and how great of a teacher he is, and what an awesome storyteller he is. Basically, just how ridiculous it was that he wasn't getting renewed.
We invite comments for topics that are not included on our agenda at the beginning of each meeting.
I want to say thank you again for hearing our voices and hopes and concerns regarding Tim Latham and his non-renewal as a history of government teacher. I've spoken with Mr. Latham personally.
Yeah, I won't make any direct comments. I will say that what we're going to do is follow our procedures, and he has been contacted about that.
Wonderful, thank you. Our concern, as you know, is the non-renewal of Mr. Latham and the circumstances surrounding it. In hopes that you will, given the situation serious consideration, it sounds like you have, and that there will be we're looking for a reversal of the action that's being taken. That's taken.
Madison Workman.
Thank you for letting me speak. I currently graduated 3 weeks ago. I had Mr. Latham second semester of this previous year, and he was just a great teacher. You walked in the classroom and you knew that if you had a comment or you had a question, he made you want to go to class every day. You don't hear that much about certain teachers, certain subjects, but you just enjoy hearing the stories that he would tell you to help you remember things. I mean, sometimes history, kids, you're going to lose it, that's in the past, that's no big deal. But he really made you want to learn and understand your government and understand how important it was to me. He really opened my eyes to how important our government is and how important our education is. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next I have Leah Rutledge.
I just graduated, and I graduated in the top 10% of my class. And I'd just like to ask if the people in the audience could just stand that are here supporting Mr. Latham at this time. I went to government class thinking that I would study and do the minimum amount of work that I needed to do to get a good grade, and then I planned on forgetting what I had learned. I didn't like government, I didn't care about politics, and I wasn't interested in how the system worked. However, I very quickly found myself going home and talking with my parents about what I learned in class that day. I talked about the rights as an American citizen and how the President and Congress have to work together to make laws, which is why it can take so long. I learned the importance of researching both sides of a political argument so that I could get the facts and for myself to make a decision. I learned how government is far more complex than I've given it credit for. Mr. Latham is the one that taught me that. Mr. Latham would take recent events and dissect the situation to show us the steps that were taken and how they went about the processes with government. Mr. Latham showed me that government did affect my life to the point where now I actually care about it. I think that the measure of teacher is shown by their ability to relate to the students so that they can understand what they're being taught. Mr. Latham taught in a way that made government real and important to my life. It is a strange and a puzzle to us students that got to know him and got to see what a great teacher he was, that you're letting a teacher like that go. I am just here to ask you to reconsider the decision in letting Mr. Latham go. Thank you.
Thank you. Next I have Shelby Lewis.
I'm Shelby Lewis. I already spoke on the subject, but I just, when you speak and you're nervous and you sit down and you realize what you forgot to say, that's what I did. So I just wanted to throw in that not only did his classes fill up very quickly to the point where I couldn't get back into his class second semester, but there were students that hadn't even had him yet that were trying to get into his classes. And to me that, you don't know the teacher. He was new. He didn't want to just jump into our school lives, but not only did students that previously had him rush to get to his classes, but students that didn't have him wanted to get into his classes. And I just wanted to say, that he was a wonderful teacher and that we did learn a lot in that class. And I personally don't like history, and now I kind of do. So every teacher, kind of thinks of something more creative they have to do. And with us in our generation, I mean, all we do is think about technology and like how it can get better. And he, you know, he kept up with that and he used technology to show us and to teach us.
Thank you. Last, I have Liz Crable.
I had Mr. Latham's class first semester, and I had his government class, and like Leah and Madison, I just graduated from Lawrence High School. I'm a 4.0 student, and I was in the National Honor Society, and I went into government very unenthusiastic about it. I didn't really want to be there. I wasn't very interested in politics. And the first day, he told us a quote by Lady Bird Johnson that said, "Children are apt to live up to what you believe of them." And he's the only teacher that I felt really treated us like we were the 18-year-old adults that we were. We got to discuss the issues in class. He'd put us, like we could pick a side on a hot button issue and we would just debate it in class, and he would fuel the debate and give us more information and help us progress in the debate. And he really took the time of day to let us form our own opinions and let us decide what we really thought about everything that was going on. And he was really the only teacher that made it fun for us to go to class and made it interesting and let us form our own opinions like that, when every other teacher just seemed to push what they believed on us. And that's really all I had. Thank you.
Thank you.